Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a week 3 budget check-in in my Erin Condren life planner right here. It is one, not life planner, but monthly planner, and I have been doing this for many months now, years actually, and I track it. You'll see it in a little bit, how I track all of my expenses and try to do all the budgets and all of that. And so there have been some things happening as far as medical type of stuff and everything, along with car and all of this other type of stuff. So I am kind of in a limited spending month, and not a no spend, but just a limited spending. I have gone over budget in household as of this week, and in personal and in miscellaneous. Miscellaneous is that I did not have anything budgeted for it in that time period, and that's where the category goes into. So let's go ahead and dive into all of the expenses and tracking for this week. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with our transactions for this week. I am going to start off with a couple debt payments that I have made, 3 to be exact. And the first one is for credit card number 2 on the 18th for $340.92. Again, on the 18th, we have business credit card for $250. And then home security loan. This is the equipment for my home security. It was the loan to get that. That happened today. Okay, next we have 2 bills, and hopefully the next sticker sheet will not be as difficult as this one is. But first, on the 19th, we had sinking funds, the money taken out of my checking account to put into my sinking funds to not replenish, but to plenish them. Home security, this is for the actual monitoring of my security. Then I did go get gas in my car and then took it right back to the shop. And that happened on the 15th. I did not spend anything in restaurants. I have 1 business expense, which happened on the 15th, and that is for the music for my YouTube channel. Nothing in entertainment, nothing in crafts. We have a couple more personal things that have popped up in here. I will talk all about what's going on a little bit later, but first on the 19th, we have Walgreens. That was to pick up Claritin and Tylenol. Then on today, we have Amazon and also Walmart. Nothing in pet food, nothing in gifts. Household, we have 1 expense, and now I'm over my household. Okay, this happened on the 18th. We have 2 groceries, 1 for Walgreens on the 19th, and 1 today at Walmart. One more sinking fund, and this is for my vacation for next year. This happened on the 14th. This is the protection in case something happens and I can't go on vacation. I'd like to be able to get my money back. And then we had 2 miscellaneous, and these are medical miscellaneous because I have nothing in my medical sinking fund right now. So on the 14th, I called my insurance has a tele-doctor type thing, and that's the copay for using it. it's another health issue. And then on the 18th, we have an Amazon medical, and that was to buy some stuff, medicine type stuff. No spend. Let's see. That's a spend. That's a spend. No spend. No spend. That's all. So those are my expenses. Let's go ahead and start doing all the check-ins and all of that type stuff. I am going to start off with income. Well, my income, I did get paid my second paycheck for the month, but I don't share that income with you, so I'm not gonna, I haven't input it over here yet, but I did get that payment. I also got an interest on one of my emergency fund account, but I'll do that at the end of the year as well, or at end of the month. It was 9 cents, so I mean, not a lot. It was 9 cents in interest. So, but I did get my second paycheck, so that's a good thing. Always good to get paid. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on the actual expenses, and I'm gonna start off with the groceries because that is what I check on over here. And we have to pull out my calculator. So we have 843 plus 1084, 19, 27, 26, 19, 20. Ooh. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the miscellaneous as well. And that is $41.92 total. Honestly, some of the personal stuff could be considered medical, but I'm putting it under personal. Because it's medications and stuff like that. So we are already a negative $72. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the $41.92 to that and get a negative $113.92. That miscellaneous is all medical so far this month, so I consider that fairly good. You know, I'm not spending things outside of medical. I mean, I am because I'm doing personal and I did do household, but we'll get into that. Okay, let's go ahead and start with bills. So the pink ones. So we have $14.98, and I'm actually going to put this in red over here because I budgeted $14.68, but because I'm trying to make up for what I did last month where I paid a bill out of my sinking funds, paid a credit card, double paid a credit card from my sinking funds. I'm trying to replenish what I took out of my house fund, and the house fund is for paying the taxes, insurance, and everything on this house because I own this house, so I have to save up for all that. So I'm paying myself rent basically. So $14.98. So it was $30 more than what I had budgeted for, but that I'm just making up for it now. Okay, we got that one. And then home security is $40.15 as well. Next, we'll go into a debt. So I paid $250 on the business credit card, and minimum payment was $192.18. So $250 minus $192.18. I am going to put this as a running total, but I overpaid my business credit card the $57.82 over the minimum. I am going to try to pay a little bit more, but I am going to hold off because I did pay more towards debt over here. But I'm going to go ahead and mark off that I did pay this. So that's what I'm doing. I'm over on the side. I have my little cheat sheet over here and with all of my color-coded expenses. And I'm sorry, I'm kicking the tripod. I can't get my legs comfortable tonight. But I have a running total on the sheet of paper of the extra debt paid because I've paid a couple of them. So right here, minimum payment for credit card 2 is $0, but I paid $340.92. So that is going into extra towards debt because I spent a lot of money between when the statement happened last month and today through today. So that's I'm making up for what I've done. And then home security loan is 62. I'm going to go ahead and mark these because they're zeros. 62.25. We are good with that. So extra towards debt 340.92. I'm going to put in pencil for now because I may pay more. Extra to debt down here, 398.74 so far this month. I may pay more by the end of the month. I just need to wait a little bit more. Next, I'm trying to think where to go next. I'm going to go ahead and over here to the sinking funds. 161.37. I'm just going to put it over here on the 14th. And then at the end of the month, I will transfer. I'm going to have a negative amount at the end of the month because I won't have enough money in my vacation sinking fund to cover all of it, but I want to have a negative amount so I can see how much behind I am and how I can start slowly trying to save up for the vacation for next year. So okay, nope. Cats, so frustrating. Okay, and then I had YouTube Music, which is $15. Next month that is going up, and I'm actually halfway thinking that I'm just going to do the yearly and get it reduced instead of monthly. Do like a yearly price and just because it's words. If I do where I get paid or pay it on an annual basis, it is a lot cheaper than doing it the monthly rate, and I've done that for a lot of the reoccurring things. So it's like Canva is one of them that I do, and Quicken. There's a bunch of other ones that I do the annual because it's actually cheaper to do that. Like Amazon Prime is the same way. I do the annual because it's cheaper to do that than do it by month. So one way to save money is to, I know it's a lot up front, but if you're saving for it throughout the year, it's not so bad. So that's where I'm thinking with the YouTube Music that I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, try to figure out something for that. If it means opening a savings account or something like that for the business, which I really should, instead of putting it on a credit card. But right now I'm kind of, I don't want to do that at the moment. Okay, so we've done those two things. Let's go ahead and do gas. I am just going to go ahead and put it in pencil for now because I may have more. $45.76. And then the household and the personal are cash envelopes, which I have not taken any cash out, so they're technically electronic cash envelopes at the moment. but I want to keep them kind of separate because I have been overspending in these the past couple months, and I'm still overspending in them, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna have to start adding them back in over here, honestly. Okay, let's see. We're gonna start with household. So we have $84.10 already that I have spent, and I've spent another $102.08. So we are $86.18 over what I had actually like budgeted for, or what I'm supposed to be plenishing it. Anyways, it's late. I've been falling asleep on the couch, and I just want to get this filmed so that way it's done. Okay, household is done, and next is personal care. I have spent $57.71, and my calculator on my phone, my screen on my phone, when I'm typing in these numbers on the calculator, just don't want to work. Okay, plus $23.98 plus $17.73 plus $41.96 is a total of $141.38. Okay. Real quick, I'm going to do this off camera. Okay, so I've inserted my paycheck information, and I always budget less than what I know I actually will get paid. That way and the reason why I do that is because at one point the budgeted amount was what I was actually taking. So the extra that I've been getting is like the little bit of a raise every month. And I've been doing this for like the past couple years where I really haven't changed the budgeted. So really and truly that means that whatever I have extra, I should be paying towards debt or putting into savings. And my mom has always done that, where if she got a raise, she would actually just she wouldn't think about putting that extra money from her raise into the monthly expense budget type stuff. She would just throw it right into either savings bonds or something like that, or put it into retirement or something like that. So I kind of am trying to do that, but not really. It's like I have it over here, I'm still using it to pay off debt, or put it into, eventually I will be putting it into savings once I am able to pay off debt. So, okay, we should have everything checked off here now. So let me go ahead and turn the camera around and have a little face-to-face chat on things that are going on and give you guys a little update on everything. Well, there's my weekly check-in for this week. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that happened that I just didn't really touch upon during the actual marking down the expenses and everything. So an ongoing thing that has happened as far as last week's check-in, Wednesday of last week, I, for lack of a better word, found a spot on my upper thigh, and to me it looks like a ringworm, but I didn't have time that day to try to get into a doctor, to a dermatologist, or all of that, so I just did my insurance has one of those where you can do a tele-doctor visit type thing. So one of the expenses, the MD Live that is on here, that is my copay for doing that. And that doctor says, I sent pictures of the spot, and she said she thinks it is a staph infection. As of yesterday, last night was my last day to take the oral antibiotics, and the spot hasn't gotten any better. So I went ahead yesterday when I was at the store, when I went to Walmart, I got Lotermin, which is the ringworm stuff. In the past, I had a ringworm and that cream started to work, and then like maybe about day 5 or something like that, I started to get a rash on my arm from it. So I, for now, I'm trying to do the cream. I put it on this morning and then a Band-Aid just so that it didn't spread anywhere past where it's at. So I will, and when it's been 12 hours, I will look at it. Actually, I think it's been 12 hours now, but I'm going to hold off and check it to see what's going on with it later tonight. And on that same front with that, one of the personal expenses that I did at Amazon was to find a homeopathic ringworm medicine, and it's using essential oils that can help, like tea tree, that type of stuff that's antifungal. And but it won't get here until sometime next week. So I wanted to go ahead and start working on that. So that's one of the medical things that popped up. Follow up from last week where I was going to go and get a mammogram. When I went in there, they said it looks like my insurance has paid for everything, which they should. They really should, because it is all preventative and they need to monitor it and everything. So as of right now, I haven't had to pay anything as of right now. So that is a good thing. But it's only been a week, and who knows how long it's going to take for insurance to file the claim and all of that type of stuff. I haven't received an email or any of that type of stuff about it. The other thing that's been kind of like out there is this, where I might possibly owe $40 to my podiatrist for my physical therapy for my Achilles strain that I was diagnosed with earlier this year. And so far, every single time I've gone in there, I have not had to pay. So hopefully that's the way it's going to be until I have to go back to have the actual doctor look at me, and then I'll have to do a copay for that. And on that front, the ankle is feeling much better. I went to physical therapy yesterday. I did on Tuesday go for a long walk to go to CVS, which ended up being closed. And by a long walk, it's about a half a mile walk there and a half a mile back. So a mile walk. And from Tuesday to Wednesday, my ankle wasn't hurting. It kind of is hurting today, but I think that might be diet related because I did not eat the best food last night for dinner. So I think that is caused by that, and I was taking Tylenol. So for other things, for other pains, but hopefully that's not what was not letting my ankle hurt. But I didn't take any Tylenol today, so that, I mean, it really could be. So we have all of that type of medical stuff going on, and I don't have any. I have one more physical therapy appointment scheduled, and nothing scheduled for next week. I don't know if I'll even be able to get in. And then my podiatrist appointment is the following week in October. I don't have that calendar in my planner, so I don't know what she's going to say on if I should just continue to come back, because it's not every day that I have pain, but I still have pain every once in a while, and I really think it's diet related. That was medical. I'm looking at everything else. I took my car into the shop last week. They still have not been able to diagnose, like duplicate the thing that I had. But one of the things that we did this week is that they asked me to come back, pick the car up, go get it, put a full tank of gas in it, and then bring it right back. So I did that. That's the Shell payment expense that I had, was going and getting gas into the car. And they still have not been able to duplicate the problem. I have picked up my car, but they did do a software update, and they said it was a software update for the clutch judder. And yes, I looked it up, it's a real thing. So, but luckily that was covered under warranty, so I didn't have to pay anything for picking up my car yesterday. So that's good. That's all good. And I drove it from the dealership to the house, waited a couple hours, from my house to physical therapy, from physical therapy to Walmart, Walmart to my house. And then today I had to go into the office, so I drove it to work and back, and it didn't do anything. So I'm just going to continue testing it to see what's going on. And so hopefully we have fixed the problem. And then the other thing that I'm trying to kind of limit are my groceries. I am trying to eat out of my pantry. I did a video about doing meal plans for, it's been 2 weeks and it's going on into the 3rd week, but I am gonna have to go back to the grocery store this week and get some food to get through for the last week of September. So I am wanting to start eating healthier, and I finally got through reading the Heart Solution book and then the low cholesterol cookbook. I finished today. I didn't read through every single recipe in the cookbook. I read the first couple chapters talking about everything. So I probably will talk about this at some point when I talk about the cookbook, but because for me, single person, it's so hard when you get these recipes and all of that where it's like makes 4 meals, and then the meal plan that they have, they're thinking, oh, you're going to be a family of 5 or 4 or something like that. So they don't make room for leftovers in the meal plan. But this book actually leaves room for leftovers, and she specifically wrote it saying this is a meal plan for 1 person. And so it's a 4-week meal plan, and I'm gonna try to do the meal plan. There's definitely some food on there. I didn't read through all of the meal plans either, but I did the 1st week and the 2nd week, and the 1st week had trout. I don't think I've ever had trout, and I'm kind of afraid to try it, but that's like the first recipe. But I'm gonna try it and do that type of stuff. So, but the good thing is that she said with her meal plan, she's trying to make it more budget friendly and all of that type of stuff as well. So, but this book has a bunch of recipes. The meal plan doesn't even touch upon half of the recipes that are in there. So, but I think a good starting point is the meal plan that she has. So that is what I'm planning to do for October, is that 4-week plan. And yeah, so I'm trying to lower my cholesterol without taking any medicine. None of my doctors have prescribed medicine, but this last blood work, I've talked about this before, last blood work I did, the good cholesterol was low and kind of it got into where they said needs attention, and then my bad cholesterol was in the high range and says needs attention. Triglycerides were okay. They were kind of on the high, they're in the normal range, but they're on the higher normal range. And then my total cholesterol was still good. Like, it's higher than it should be, but it's not, it doesn't say needs attention on it. But and I saw my blood sugar was also starting to go up, as blood glucose was starting to go up as well. So I'm gonna try eating like this for the next couple months. And it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. It's the one book I had, they called it something else completely, because the diet is a bad word, bad connotation. It just, diet, you know. So I'm just trying to eat healthier, and with me being able to walk that mile, I'm not planning to walk a mile every single day, but I'm gonna at least start trying to go for walks. Maybe, you know, start off with 15-20 minute walks, and then slowly work up to where, if under physical therapy and podiatrists and all of that, to just start trying to do some more exercising and everything. Beaks tried to jump up here, and then he's like, oh wait, there's stuff on your desk. So he just has his paws, back feet on the ground and paws on the desk, and he's like, can I come up? So yeah, that's the medical stuff, the car, all of that type of stuff. So I'm feeling okay with my budget. I have gone a little bit over on the personal stuff because I'm trying to buy stuff that's for health reasons and all of that. And I'm trying to keep my groceries down on the lower side. And I have eaten out a couple times this month, but it is because my mom was here and she actually paid for everything. I have not actually paid for any restaurants or fast food, so yay. And I'm trying to stay under budget on everything. Forgot water. So my water is still in a dispute type thing right now. So they came out, checked the meter. For those of you that don't know, my water bill for this month is $383. It said that I used 16,000 gallons. In August, I did not. I've done a meter test, like a leak test. There are no leaks. And then right after that, I did a bucket test. And that is where I grabbed a 5-gallon bucket. I filled the 5-gallon bucket with 5 gallons of water. I went and checked the meter and it said that I pulled 20 gallons of water. So for every gallon of water, my meter is adding 3 more gallons to that. So that, to make a total of 4 gallons for 1 gallon. Not right. So they had a technician come out, read the meter. He unfortunately read the meter wrong, and luckily 2 weeks later I called them up, the customer service, and was like, okay, I know that this is going on. I'm kind of looking for a status of what's going on, where it's going on with this and all of that. And she's like, okay, can you go read the meter right now? So I went and read the meter, and she's like, wait, what you're reading is lower than what the technician read 2 weeks ago. And I was like, what? And I'm like, hold on, I have a picture of the meter that they read, because I went and took a picture right after that technician left on the 5th. And so she asked me to send her the picture from that day and also the picture from the current day, so that way she could see the stuff. So I sent the pictures to her, and she's like, I'm gonna go talk to a supervisor to see what I can do, because she's like, you've done the bucket test where you've pulled the gallons, it's reading wrong, you actually have verified that. So after she talked to her supervisor, she said, okay, I am going to transfer you over to, not transfer, but send a note over to field services to schedule an appointment with one of the technicians. So that way you are there when the technician is there, and that way you two can kind of talk and discuss, and you can see what the technician is doing and not just them show up and not do anything. And I was like, yes, because that way if we need to do the bucket test, I am happy to pull 5 gallons or 20 gallons according to the meter, and you know, give them proof saying there's nothing else running in this house that would cause the for it to do that. So it's still disputing right now, and because of this I have a 30-day deferment on my payment. My payment was actually due on Monday the 18th, and that was the day that I called the city again the second time and talked to the other customer service person. So I have a technician coming out on the 25th. So with my payment being deferred, I haven't had to pay the $383 yet, but it is due on the 30th. So either way, it's going to come out. We're still in the process of doing everything. So I have the money for it. I do have the money for it. I just want my meter fixed. So I kind of talked to them. I'm like, this meter has probably been broken for a couple years now and reading incorrectly for a couple years now. I just haven't had the time, and I'm not going to question previous month's bills. I'm questioning the one from August, where it's for 16,000 gallons and $383. So I want this to be looked at. I know it's broken and I want it to be fixed. So I don't know if it's the flow valve or the count. Something is not right with the meter, so it needs to be, something needs to be repaired in it, or the meter needs to be replaced, one of the two. So we're still in the works for that. So that still up and coming. I haven't even like started working on October's budget because I haven't received any bills for any of that stuff yet. So I am just kind of waiting in a way for October to come through. But I do know, because I've already paid a down payment for a vacation in 2024. I desperately need to start saving money, so I am actually going to have to cut back on how much I'm going to be paying towards debt every single month. I'm trying to figure out how much that is going to be. I kind of have something in my mind right now, but I haven't actually sat down and crunched numbers to figure out if the numbers that I have are right. But basically it's about $500, part of it going to savings for vacation and part of it to debt. I'd like to put more than that to both of those, but it really depends, because also with buying all of this food for groceries and everything, I'm really going to try to go and start all of this. I think I need to start on I need to look okay, there's a whole section. It's astrology section, and it's best days for starting things, picking things, that type of stuff. So in here they actually have begin diet to lose weight, and for October the best days are the 2nd and the 12th. So I'd like to start really working on the 2nd, getting everything, so it's like go to the grocery store on the 1st, start meal prepping and doing all of that type of stuff on that Sunday, so that way I can start fresh on Monday with a new meal plan, eating and all of that type of stuff. And because yes, I want to lower my cholesterol, but I also want to lose some weight in there, because it is just you know, I'd like to have my clothes fit properly and not to have sleeping issues, and also just to be healthy in general. So I think that a lot of the joint problems that I have and inflammation and all of that can be resolved with diet right now. So I am looking forward to October and doing all of that. But I do know I have to go to the grocery store. I still have the water payment that has to come out, and by going to the grocery store, I'm talking about minimal stuff. Buying ground chicken to make Korean beef. I'm not going to buy ground beef because apparently ground beef is going up right now. So buy chicken or turkey. I prefer chicken over turkey because turkey always makes me sleepy. And then buy some other fixings for tacos. I have refried beans, and I can keep it with just refried beans and then some other stuff. And then a couple cans of soup, because I'll run out of soup next week. So, I mean, it's very minimal type of food for next week, but I'm planning on doing that tomorrow. So I'm gonna sit down later today and figure out next week's meal plan. I kind of sat down and did it yesterday, but I'm gonna add some more stuff in there just to be on the safe side. I'm saying a lot, I apologize. So, but that's where we're at. I will definitely be working on October goals. So health and finances and all of that. I'm still working through those goals. So that video will be posted, I think, on Wednesday, the 27th. And so we can kind of sit down and go through all of my mental health, financial. I have a project goal as well, because I'm going to be starting a project not this weekend, but next weekend. So, and it will carry on through October. It's a house project. So I want to, you know, share with you guys some goals and kind of how I did with September and all of that type of stuff. So I will be back on Sunday with a cleaning video, and I am supposed to be doing a deep clean of my garage That is not going to happen because I just haven't had the energy to do it. And it's still kind of, it's in the 90s, so it's much cooler than it's been, but it's still hot outside. And I haven't wanted to be outside. Let's put it that way. So I'm just going to do a reset of the house, and that's where we're going to be for this week. And you know what, that's good enough as it is. So I hope that you join me on that video, and again, I will be back on Wednesday with the October goals, and then on Friday the 29th, September 29th, I will be back with week 4 budget check-in. And then the first week in, we'll do a final wrap-up of September budget at the first week of October, the Friday, the first week of October. So I will be back. I hope that you subscribe, click the notification bell so that way you are notified when I do post all of these videos. And I thank everybody for watching and joining along. Let me know if you are trying to pay off debt, if you are actually debt free, what are you saving up for? And if you are in debt, what are you trying to pay off your debt for? You're like, what is your incentive to pay off your debt? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye, everybody.